This is not a video I looked forward to making, or that I enjoyed making, or that in any way is starting to make me feel good. I'm starting first with Glenn Gould because his career ended tragically with death, and because before his death, he already had to stop playing because of illness. He was a magnificent young player whose Bach recordings are absolutely legendary and who made all of us look at Bach in a new way. His ideas are so fascinating that I can literally listen to him play for hours. But his horrible posture eventually made playing a torture because he had so many physical problems that he could no longer move right. Could all of this have been avoided? Personally, I believe it could have. I believe with proper teaching, he would never have developed all these horrible physical habits, and yet he would have played just as well or perhaps even better. By the way, this man also hummed all the time, to the point that you can hear this distracting sound in every recording he made. And just as young children will not sit the wrong way if they are properly taught, no young student will start singing all the time unless the teacher allows it. Singing does not make you a better player, it just makes you annoying. Next we come to Sokolov. I absolutely love hearing him play, but I believe he will not be playing at the top of his game well past age 70. And yet many other pianists have done so. His horrible posture is bound to give him health problems. The human body is not meant to sit like this for hours and hours each day. It's just plain wrong. Now we come to a young Russian by the name of Trifanov. And when you hear this young man play, there is everything in the world to love. He is a magnificent player. But for years I've noticed him making horrible contortions while putting his body into agonizing positions. He also sweated more in the past than any pianist I've ever seen in my life, to the point where sweat just dripped off his face and onto the piano. He always looked like he was suffering. He looked like he was in pain. It seems like he wanted to be the young, struggling musician who has to act out every emotion on his face and in his body, to the point that I couldn't even watch him play. It was too uncomfortable. However, for this young man, there is a very happy ending, which I will get to at the end of this video. So now, let's look at some artists who show all of us how to do it right. First, Van Cliburn. This man was literally a national hero during the Cold War in the United States, and he went to Russia to play in the very prestigious Moscow Tchaikovsky competition, and he won the whole thing. Part of his success was political because Americans could use his success as propaganda. But it was way more than that because he really was that good, and even the great Russian pianist Sviatoslav Richter was blown away by how good he was. Khrushchev said to Richter, "Is he actually that good?" Yes, he is. Now we come to Vladimir Horowitz, one of the most legendary pianists of the 20th century. And in the picture I'm showing, you can see that he looks absolutely relaxed, absolutely natural, and is a perfect example of how to sit at the piano. He wasn't always this relaxed and natural, because he often had stage fright, and you can see the tension in his body during those performances. His back was much more stiff on those occasions. But in this picture, he's reading music, he's just the right distance back from the piano, and his head is erect while he's reading music. I don't think I could give a better example of how to sit than what you're seeing here. Now Arthur Rubinstein. You will never see a better example of how to sit at the piano. So I've included two pictures showing him from different angles. One is from the back, and the other is the more normal view we see in performances when we're sitting in the audience. Everything he did was physically perfect. Now Martha Argerich, the lady I affectionately call Grandma. She's 80 years old now, and she's playing better than ever. Notice that she's just there, just sitting at the piano, and everything looks easy and natural. She has very few facial expressions. She doesn't sing. She doesn't emote. She doesn't act out the music. And the whole world wants to hear her play because she's so very, very good. Finally, let's come back to Trifanov. I've already described how badly he played in the past in terms of posture, but these last two pictures are from very recently, and he's fixed every posture problem he had in the past. This is now magnificent physically, and hopefully he's going to play this way for the rest of his life, which will make him a far healthier human being, keep him from being in pain, and greatly prolong his career. Now, as always, please subscribe to my channel, leave comments about what you like, ask questions about anything that you don't understand, and leave suggestions about what other things I can do in the future.